All right. I feel like my hair looks like shit this episode. Does my hair look stupid this episode? That's why I wear a hat. I don't like having to deal with my hair. But in this episode, I'm not wearing a hat, so you get to see how my hair naturally flows. A lot of people think I'm bald. I swear to God, a lot of people go, "Are you bald in there?" And sometimes I go, "Yeah." Sometimes I'll straight up tell them, "Yeah, I'm bald. I'm bald, man. You hurt my feelings." Now, how do you feel? You know what I mean? Like, what an asshole of a person to say, "Are you bald under there?" Like, would it make you feel better if I was? Hello, everybody. Amir K here. And we're back. We're back. I missed you guys. It's been 1 week, and what a hell of a week we've had so far. Incredible week this last week, man. There were some allegations came out. Not some. I'm going to say a lot. Some people got put on blast for their behavior. And, some of my my other friends responded to it. I didn't take the time to respond because I feel like I'm a little out of the loop with that stuff. But basically what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of allegations, and they are allegations as of yet. I know there's probably an investigation going on. There has to be an investigation because some of the accusations are pretty serious. So we'll just have to wait and see. Get all the information and wait and see. Everybody that's jumping to conclusions and making statements without knowing all the facts, I don't think that's right. And I don't want to say I don't believe anybody. I don't want to say I don't believe any of the women that are making the allegations. But, you're dealing with high-profile celebrities. And when you deal with high-profile celebrities, there's always going to be they're going to be targets of, made-up stuff. Justin Bieber, I think, has some allegations right now, too. And I feel like I'm acting like you guys know what I'm talking about. But if you don't, read up on it, man, because I don't want to give too much because I don't know too much. And what pisses me off is a lot of people are going online like, why isn't everyone speaking out? Your friends in circles. But, like, if people are doing illegal shit, they're not telling other people about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they're messaging underage women or doing shit like that, they're not going to certainly tell their friends that they're doing because nobody would condone that shit, right? So it's a tricky situation, man, and I certainly want to wait till all the information gets out before I make up my mind on how I feel about the things. So we'll wait and see what happens. Other than that, I thought I had to say something, dude. I don't know. To be honest, I haven't even gotten anybody going like, hey, why don't you speak on this? I haven't had not one person say that. So I could cut this out if I want to, if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But anyways, it's been a crazy week. I had a birthday this week. That was pretty cool. I did some cool podcasts last week. I did my buddy Rick Glassman's podcast. It's called Take Your Shoes Off Podcast with Rick Glassman. And it's, aside from my episode, which was super crazy. I mean, not super crazy. It was just super. There's times where I was uncomfortable being there, but then we'd get over it and have a good conversation about it. So I think it's worth a watch. But he does some really, really funny things on the podcast, and I think you guys should check it out. I've been doing a little fishing, which is a nice little thing, a little quarantine activity I've been starting to do. I have my little reel right here, little 6-pound test on a Daiwa reel. I used to fish a lot when I was a kid with my brother, man. I love fishing. That's another one of those outdoor things you could do. In a quarantine that doesn't require really anybody else, not in a quarantine, but, as they're slowly letting us open stuff up, I've been finding it quite therapeutic to go out and be on the water by myself, in a little kayak and do a little kayak fishing. And it's been super fun, man, to just get back into it, tapping into being a kid again. And what happened when I was doing comedy so much was I got stuck in the routine of just, get up, do my thing, go to the comedy club, come home, go to bed, get up, do some comedy, go to bed. And that got so repetitive and boring. And now I'm getting back to being a human being almost, which is cool because I think I'll have more material to talk about when I get back out on stage. I think we're going to be fucked until they get a vaccine fully. As far as the shows coming back or live touring being a thing again, where people have the confidence of going out in public and actually enjoying a show and not being horrified, unless they're just like haven't been caring anyways, which is what scares me about this whole thing. Because DL Hughley, I don't know if you guys saw the DL Hughley story. He went out, and I forget what club he was at. I think it was a Zanies, but
Carolines.
what?
Was it Carolines?
I don't think it was Carolina's. I'm not positive. Whatever. DL Hughley went back out on the road. And he fainted during his set, and it was, a little crowd there, and some dude rushed up and got him, and I guess he had a mild stroke or something, but then they tested him at the hospital, and it ended up he has coronavirus, which is nuts. One, that he's touring, and he didn't even know he had it. As I said, that touring, a little spit flew, and I'm sure you saw it on that camera. If you didn't, I'm going to slow-mo it so you can play it now. And that story, obviously, is one that we got to all think about and be like, man, if we're going to go out on the road, we got to make sure we don't have it, and we got to make sure the whole audience, it's just a clusterfuck, man. And because then I think, okay, who are the people that are coming to these shows now? It's people that probably weren't taking this quarantine very seriously. So now I'm scared that they're going to give it to me, and then I'm going to give it to someone when I go to the next tour day. It's going to be fucked, man. So what's going to happen? And I'm seeing these shows where people are driving up and with their cars. It looks like Mad Max in some weird, freaking outdoor venue, and it's a pull-up drive-through show, which totally takes away from the whole essence of what comedy is supposed to be, more intimate in a room. Like there's fucking couples in a SUV honking when they think your joke's good. That seems like a nightmare. People honking. I would go to bed, wake up with, I just had a nightmare. I was doing my jokes to cars, and they're flashing their high beams. Like, it's all bad, dude. It's all bad. I don't know, man. I thought about being a painter last week. I got to pivot, man. Or you guys, something until they get the vaccine and people are actually confident and comfortable getting back into a comedy club. Because we don't know anything about this virus. They don't know enough. They don't know, okay, once you get it, can you get it again? They don't know. Some people say you got the antibodies, and then some people say the antibodies only last 90 days or whatever the fuck date it is. But you don't know who to believe. Where's Fauci? What happened to Fauci? Probably hiding out with fucking Kim Jong-un. Little Fauci ass. He used to come up and give us little updates. And I think he started to get scared. Like, oh man, I'm going to be his name is synonymous with this virus. And who wants to be that guy in the history books, And then I think he started to get afraid. Like, what if I'm wrong? And then he ruined the economy because of what he was saying. If he was wrong, And still, we don't know yet. We don't know. He knew his name would be I think someone told him, hey, bro, you might want to chill on these, talks because your name's going to be synonymous with fucking a screw up. Oh, yeah, I got Fauci'd last week. Yeah, it told me this fucking thing. It wasn't even the truth. I got Fauci'd. It could be possible. All right. I feel like my hair looks like shit this episode. Does my hair look stupid this episode? That's why I wear a hat. I don't like having to deal with my hair. But in this episode, I'm not wearing a hat, so you get to see how my hair naturally flows. A lot of people think I'm bald. I swear to God, a lot of people go, are you bald in there? And sometimes I go, yeah. Sometimes I'll straight up tell them, yeah, I'm bald. I'm bald, man. You hurt my feelings. Now, how do you feel? You know what I mean? What an asshole of a person to say, are you bald under there? Would it make you feel better if I was? Do you know what I'm saying? So why do people do that? Another thing that bothers me, girls, stop taking our hats off. Stop taking our hats off at a bar, at a club. I don't care where we are. Girls, this is just my PSA to you. Leave our hats alone. I don't know who taught who that taking the hat off and wearing it is cute. Now you gotta, now you gotta watch the poor dude be all insecure about however his hair is or his hat if he doesn't have hair. Now you're having to go, ooh, look at me, we got a hat on, and you're having the time of your life, and this poor guy's fucking losing his shit because he's like, oh, can people see my hair in this light? Can they see my scalp in this light? That's what a lot of guys are thinking. Women, if you don't know what's going on, there's a lot of people. One of the top things I think men are insecure about is their hair. If they're starting to lose their hair, that's got to be the worst, thing. I even thought at some point, I'm like, I'm losing my hair. When I was 25, I was like, I think I'm losing it. I'd see hair in the shower. And every time I'd touch my hair. And the funny thing is, the more I thought about it, the more I thought I was losing it. Right? And this isn't getting into a hair ad for Bosley. I feel like that's what people think I'm rolling into. A sponsorship for Bosley, but it's not. I just want to talk to you guys and tell you what men are thinking when they wear hats. Because as a guy that wears a lot of hats, I'm not hiding anything other than I don't want to have my hair in my face. My boy JR, perfect example. We're at a bar. He's here. He's here right now. He's behind the mic right here. JR, say hello.
Hello.
That's him. You can hear his voice. But we couldn't afford another camera, so you're not going to be able to see his face because I got to have two. Because if I don't have two cameras, I can't do this. See? That's why. But JR's here. Perfect example. JR's another man that wears hats as well. Good looking guy, by any measure. He likes to wear hats, right? And we go out and he opens for me a lot on the road. Very funny guy. JR Cruz. Check him out if you can. And it's post show. We're having a great time. We had a good show. We're with some people from the show, and we're feeling like $1,000,000, man. I was 7 feet tall. JR was 5'8". JR had a great set, so you feel good off the set. You're walking tall. You walk in the club. Everyone's happy to see you, man. One thing about comedy that I just freaking love, dude, is after a good show, everybody wants to talk to you. Everyone wants to buy you a drink. Everyone wants to hang out. And it's one of the best perks of the job, man. But when you bomb, dog, you don't want to be seen in a fucking 50-mile radius of where you performed. You know what I'm saying? Just in case a motherfucker was at the show. You don't want to be around. Where they go, oh, there's that guy. And that's why for the beginning years, man, because you never know if someone saw you bomb, Because I always assume when someone sees me and they go, hey, Amir, like they take the time to like remember your name, that they're going to say, dude, you're really funny. But there's some sets that I've eaten a big old dick. That's what we call it in comedy. When you have a bad set, they go, you ate a dick. Which now I guarantee you in 10 years, they're going to be like, it's so homophobic. And they're going to play this clip back. This clip that I just did right here on a podcast that said, oh, yeah, we call it eating a dick. But that's what it's called. Not in a derogatory bad way. For some reason, we call it eating a dick. Like, oh, man, that set was rough. I ate the biggest dick. And I'm the first to tell you, I eat my dicks with class when I'm up there. If I'm bombing, I'll freaking get it. I'll put the napkin on here and I'll cut it with a knife and fork. I won't even use my hands when I'm eating a dick. All right? So that's what that means. And if this fucking thing comes back to haunt me, that's another thing I want to talk about right now. Is I'm regretting every podcast I did. Dude, people are getting roasted. Like, look at what he said 10 years ago on this podcast. Look at what she said 15 years ago on this podcast. We are fucked as a society, man. Every little thing you say is now examined under a microscope. It's starting to become like everything is documented. I mean, already. Heaven forbid you're an asshole in public one time. That's on tape. You might lose your job. Don't be racist. Let's just be there. Who has the audacity to be racist in this day and age? Let's talk about that for a second. Let's examine this for a second. Okay. When you go to public and you say something racist, dude, guarantee you're going to get someone to record you. Like, that's just going to happen. So to have the balls to be that bold at this day and age to say some racist shit and risk losing your job and all that, it should be no race. By that measure, when we look in public, and there should be no videos of racist people coming out. There just shouldn't be. So why is there so many coming out? Is it because we have somebody in office that fucking emboldened the people that were already racist before to say some racist shit now and just be like, hey, man, we're making America great again, so we can say that. And this isn't a political podcast, and I don't want to like start getting into that because I know one thing I hate is when I'm trying to enjoy some fun shit and then politics gets introduced. I'm just saying, let's think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's think about it. Is that why? Because I did notice that big old uptick in racist shit going on since Trump's been in office. Right? Is it because they're getting like, oh, this is cool now, man? Our fucking president said good people to somebody dude that's going, white power, man, white power. Is that? I don't know. I'm not a fucking genius, dude. I'm just saying. What was I talking about, dude?
You're talking about the girl that took my hat.
Oh my God, hilarious. How did we get here? How did we even get here? That's so great, Jay.
I was kind of hoping you didn't answer. You didn't ask.
Oh, that's so funny. I'm going to get back to it. But yeah, definitely. Did you see how I got a little sidetracked there? One, I have ADD. You guys all know this because I'll switch topics like left and right. But with JR, I was just telling a story, and then I got to this thing, and then I started getting into my head about talking politics. But I really feel that way. But I'm like, fuck, I don't like talking politics and anything. I just don't like it because I don't like listening to it. So I sure as hell don't want to be fucking talking about it. Does that make any sense? So yeah, that's why I started getting in my head and started to pull back on that last topic. But let's get back to the matter at hand, dude. JR's hat after the club. So after the show, we have a great show back at the club, right? People are freaking got us a table, you know. We have our own little section. We're having a blast. Me and JR are just like cheersing each other, looking at each other, man. This is the life, you know? It's nothing but smiles and green lights. Then comes this drunk ass chick, dude. And she's there having a good time. And I don't want to knock anybody for having a good time, you know? And she grabs, I think she tried to grab my hat first. And I was like, no. The crown stays on the king.
You're lying, that's fool.
I swear to God,
No,
fool.
she did it.
I swear to God, fool.
Trying to get your hat.
Nah, man, I swear to God. So whatever. Maybe I'm misremembering the story as my buddy JR is telling me right now. But from what I remember because I had to check it for a second. I had to go, hey, no. Because I'm not shy to tell somebody, hey, I don't do that. Don't do that. But some dudes, I don't know, some dudes, like my boy JR, they do whatever. They let it go. They let it slide. So this chick grabs his hat and he's like, ha, 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 ha. And he's having fun because he's trying to be a cool dude. Because you can't flip out on a woman either at a bar. Come on. You can't flip out on a woman in public, period. You know? What is this, Iran? I'm kidding. You fucking assholes. You fucking assholes. No, but you can't go crazy and, you know, lose your shit when a girl takes your hat off. It's silly, but I'll try to nip it in the bud. I go, no, hey. That's as loud as it'll get, you know, like a little Caesar Milan on your ass. Don't take my hat. Like, I'll do that. So anyways, she grabs JR's hat, but JR's like, ha, and he's like, oh, no worries. But he's acting like it didn't bother him. He's acting like it didn't bother him, dude. That was my funny thing. But I could see JR went from the fucking tallest man on the planet to when his hat came off, he was like, oh. But you can't help it. And I'm saying this because I love the dude. And it's like, dude, we get so insecure. Even me, if I had a hat on all day and you take the hat off, you're going to have head. And, you get like a little bit like, oh, fuck. You know, like you start to think about it a little bit. And JR was like, oh, which he looks good without a hat on. And everyone tells me I look good out without a hat on. I sound like Trump now. Everybody tells me I look good without a hat. A lot of people think I look good without a hat. But
why did it sound like Jerry Seinfeld?
Because I don't do Trump impressions. I don't do Trump, dude. But I always go, whenever I do Trump, I'll do it like this. Who are these people? Anyways, I don't like not wearing a hat a lot of times. Anyways, but people say you look good without a hat, right? They do. And people are like, hey, man, you have the longest, nicest hair. Fuck, man. How do I not sound like an asshole? But people always say, dude, you have nice long hair. Why do you always wear a hat? And again, what is the point of the story?
Did you smoke weed?
No, I didn't even smoke any weed.
It was just about the girl taking my hat off.
So bottom line,
I have a shaved head, so I shave my head. You know what I mean? But I don't like just having a shaved head out. It just gives the wrong.
Oh, because they think you're a cholo.
I don't know. It just makes me, like you said, it makes me feel something.
Yeah, it's so weird that we have this subconscious thing. You know, some guys we have a thing where you just feel naked without it almost, or you feel like I don't know what it is. But then once you get that in your head, it's very hard to act normal. It's like, you ever wear a shitty outfit and you left that, but you're like, maybe I could pull it off. But then like halfway through leaving the house, you're like, fuck, I don't feel good in this outfit. When you start not feeling good in that outfit, your confidence is down. You can't even enjoy yourself. People are telling jokes and you're going, but you're not really there. Does this make sense to anyone? That's what I think is happening when sometimes a guy wears a hat and you take his hat off. He's there, but he's not there. Because now all he's thinking about is, what if my fucking head look weird? So that's what the point of the story was. Anyways, the girl takes his hat off, and then when I saw the switch, I go, "Holy shit, man! I got to talk about this. I got to do a PSA." Because my boy JR was in the corner. It looked like he had a depression commercial. Like his pills had run out. Because he was over there, he went, and then the music just started playing like some rusty ass trombone. And he was down, bro. Went from the highest high to the clown without his nose. That makes sense? Clown without his nose. Well, I think we can move on. You know what's so funny is even right now, the whole episode, I haven't had a hat on, and I've been worrying about what does my hair look like? Because I don't know what it looks like normally. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, what's my style? Is it this? No? Is it this?
You look like fucking Fabio.
Oh, do I? I mean, what is it, you know? What is the hairstyle? Anyway.
You fucking so concerned about your hair. Dude.
No, I'm not. Would I be concerned about my hair if I was playing this flute? This is the greatest flute in the world right here. Did I already tell a story about how I got this? Well,
you might have, but I don't think so.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now. I was at the Liberty Bell in Philly, right? Philadelphia. And they have a little museum, for the Liberty Bell. They have it around the thing. It was pretty cool to see. And then we went to the gift shop, and I was with my buddy Matt. And they had these little flutes there. And I couldn't resist, I couldn't resist. So I started, I was like, I got to get one of those, And I get it. And I start playing in the store. I know I'm going to buy it, And Matt's like, oh, please don't buy that thing. Because he knew me. He knows me. He knows I'm going to be playing it the whole ride home. And, so we drove from Philly to New York. And this is what I had. So I kept playing it. And he fucking got so pissed, he grabbed. If you can hear, it's broken. And that's because my boy Matt grabbed it. He's like, stop it. And he grabbed it and he smashed it. But little does he know, it still works. So that's the story of the flute. Now, who wants to go on a date with me? What a podcast, bro. What a freaking podcast, man. Well, guys, I hope you are all staying safe and healthy. Wearing your masks out in public. Just do the fucking mask thing. And hopefully this thing will be over faster than we know it. And then we can all get back to doing what we love to do. In JR's case, sending inappropriate messages to women. Other than that, guys, it was a pleasure. Thank you for letting me talk to you again. If you guys enjoy the podcast, please subscribe. And I'm going to start doing something where I take calls. I want to do that, where I take calls or messages. So if you have any messages or you have anything that you want to DM me that I could talk about on the podcast, please do that, because I'd be definitely open to that. And just, discuss some bullshit that we can all talk and laugh about. Anything you want. Or send me a video and go, hey, Amir, check this out. Talk about it on the podcast. I'd love to do that. You guys, thanks again for tuning in. This has been Salty Logs. I'll see you guys next time.